Hi, I'm Joe Shilley, weekday morning 7 to 9 a.m. on Buffalo's oldie station, the Big Weck. On Buffalo on the Rise today, we have Anthony Amigone Jr., the president of Amigone Funeral Home. Welcome.
Hey, it's great to be here, Joe.
100 years. You know, you don't look a day over 40. But
well, I've aged well.
You know, 100 years, seriously. 1926, was it?
1926. We're as old as American Airlines, United Airlines, Shays Theater.
How many different, generations has that been?
We're in our fourth generation. My grandfather started it, 24 years old, in the front of a house. He was a people person, and he started his funeral business, and a lot of it was bartering. He would trade for different services and that. And then my father got involved just after he was in the war, before that, and then he really built up our locations in that. He was a mastermind and a visionary. And then my brother and I have been working in the business 40 plus years each. And we've taken on the tradition of family service and high touch experiences for families we serve.
Is that a difficult thing to do? I mean, from a family business, is it just assumed that you're going to take on the mantle when somebody retires? Do they have to talk you into it? Is it just something you said, it's been a family business, I'm going to do it?
Well, I think I can explain our situation. My brother knew very young that he wanted to be in the family business. I went out for a little bit and did something different. But at a certain point you say, hey, I know the business, I cleaned up parking lots and mowed lawns and everything else, so I decided to get in it with my brother, and I've had a great career ever since. But it's families around the country. Sometimes the next generation just doesn't want to be involved, and we've grown our business through acquiring other funeral homes that didn't have successors.
Let me ask you this, because I'm sure the audience is wondering. Amigone Funeral Home, Amigone. We've seen it nationally. It's been on Jay Leno. It's been on Ellen DeGeneres. Not necessarily, they're kind of, doing it in jest, but hey, say anything you want to say about me, just spell my name right, right?
Exactly, and it's, I've always viewed it as a compliment and recognition of who we are. But to explain where our name comes from, it means big friend in Italian. So that can be part of our mantra. We're a big friend to families we serve. But there's no doubt, my friends will introduce me and then say, his last name's Amigone. They're in the funeral business. Amigone, you get it? So you don't have to tell them twice. They get it the first time.
Well, in Western New York, you don't have to tell anybody twice.
Right, they all make fun of us.
Well, but they all know who you are.
We see people out in front taking pictures next to our sign a lot.
Well, I don't know about that, but what about talking to people, talking to family members? This is the thing that's difficult. I made some plans. I'm getting older in years. I want to talk to my kids about it. We don't want you to talk about dying. Don't talk about dying. Don't talk about anything like that. What about pre-planning? Is it difficult to get people to sit down and talk about that?
Not really. People, originally when pre-planning started, it was people coming to us and say, hey, I want to plan in advance. And since we've been doing it for many, many years now, we've developed a great way of doing it. You're basically just getting your affairs in order, no different than a will and testament. And it depends on individuals. Some people don't feel the need to do that, but a lot of people feel the need to do that. They just want to organize it. The biggest thing we hear is, I want to do this so my family doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah. And then the family will consider it a gift when the time comes. They say, God, that was so nice that Mom or Dad took care of this in advance.
The other thing is you start to get older and you start thinking about going into maybe nursing home, assisted living, whatever, and you get into that 5-year look back, where they're going to look to see where all the funds have gone. Pre-planning is a good way to take care of some of those funds, right?
Well, many people may find out too late that you're allowed to prepay your funeral expenses prior to being on Medicaid. So to your point, 5-year look back, and it's an eligible asset for you to have.
How many Amigone locations are there?
We have 13 throughout Western New York.
13?
A lot of cutting grass and maintaining parking lots and painting.
Yeah. Well, you did that when you were younger, so you know how to tell somebody to do that, right?
It's parochial. We're in different areas because I think Western New York is that way. They don't necessarily like to travel. A lot of people will come up to me, and I can tell demographically where they live because they say, yeah, I know you have 4 locations.
Oh.
They'll never realize that we have that many. And to us, it's like different rooms of our business. So we travel between all the locations. It's fairly easy to get around in Western New York, so it's not that hard for us to do that. Our entire staff is mobile to go to different locations.
When people choose a funeral parlor, do they oftentimes or sometimes say, well, my father was there, my grandfather was there, you know, different family members, and that's where I want to go?
60% of our business is traditional family selection, where they've used us before. And out of the other 40%, there's usually an indirect connection to where they've used our services before. So it's a legacy service to families.
How do people get started? How do you recommend, if somebody is trying to figure out what to do, what's the first step? It's kind of uncomfortable. Did they go to your website?
The website's a great educational tool. They can go there and see the different types of services that we offer. They can explore it, they can ask questions. And we do offer anybody that wants to come in for a free consultation, they can sit with myself or my brother or one of our funeral directors and go over what the different options are. Many people kind of realize what they want to do, so it's just confirming it and maybe exploring some different choices. For example, with cremation services, which we've embraced and help people with cremation, you can have committal services that are held maybe the next summer, because they'll organize an event for everybody to come in and be part of that. So
kind of like a celebration of life type deal, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Some people, even if the death occurs in the middle of the winter, they say, you know what, we'll wait till spring and have services then.
Anthony Amigone from Amigone Funeral Home, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it today. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Amigone at 716-836-6500 to set up a pre-planning consultation and to find out more information at amigone.com. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by Amigone. And don't forget to join all of your favorite personalities, myself, JP, Roger Christian, Bobby O, with classic oldies from the 60s and 70s on the Big Weck.